I'm going to give us 5 actions to clothe ourselves in humility like Jesus. That one command in 1 Peter 5:5, I'm going to break it down for us into 5 actions so that we can consistently do it. First one. The first one is embrace servanthood. We want to be served. We do not want to serve. And that is part of the sinful condition. And Jesus served the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Son of God, who had all the glory of divinity, chose to be born as a baby and have somebody change his diapers. He could have demanded that his feet be washed, but he chose to wash the disciples' feet. He could have called angels down to meet every need of his. He did not. You and I need to embrace the high value of serving others in our faith. Christianity is not about you. Our faith of Christianity is about selflessly and sacrificially loving God with our entire being, and selflessly and sacrificially loving others. So that Jesus tells us to deny ourselves, take up our cross, and follow him. So let's embrace servanthood. Let's get busy helping other people, my friends. First action. Second action is speaking truth with gentleness. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1 says, a soft answer turns away wrath. I administered a Master's of Counseling program at the university. I wasn't in the program. I didn't teach the program, but I managed the program. And so I got to sit in on the classes for free. If you're a therapist and your client is freaking out and starts yelling and screaming at you, what do? They are told to lower their voice. Lower their voice and speak slowly. If you lower your voice when the toddler is freaking out, you provide calm to their storm. If you lower your voice when your co-employee is dumping their garbage on you for really their mistake, you provide calm. We can speak truth, but we can do it with softness. We can do it with gentleness. We can do it with love. Anybody can declare what smells so bad in this room and start pointing fingers. It requires gentleness and love and compassion to talk about the odor in the room and how to solve it without, making Joey feel bad. Let's speak truth with gentleness. And in our soft answer, we won't hurt their feelings, but we will help them grow in their faith. We can do that well. It takes practice, my friends. So embrace servanthood and let's speak truth with gentleness, like Jesus did in John 11, verse 23. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, humility. The third way that we can live humility in our lives, clothing ourselves in humility, is by considering others as more significant than ourselves. You can't sit on the couch and go, why won't somebody bring me a snack? Instead, what you should do is, I wonder if the people in this room have the munchies. Instead of demanding that the person in front of you goes the 10 miles over the speed limit that everybody else is doing, maybe what you should ask yourself is maybe that driver is driving slow because they are struggling. Maybe it's a teenager who's never been on the highway before. Maybe it's a senior citizen who is not driving their age. Thank you for not driving thank you for not driving your age. Maybe it's somebody who just came from the eye clinic. They're wearing those black blinder glasses because they can only really see, 10%. We should be grateful they're driving slow instead of honking, swerve around, and then make faces at them. You've done it, right? Huh? Who's doing all that? Let's consider other people's needs and wants. I was driving in a car with an ex-police officer who was a prison guard, and we pulled up to the traffic light, and the car next to us, we're going the same way straight, the car next to us stopped like at my back bumper and just left all that space open. My passenger, he's such a good guy, went on a tirade on how those people frustrate him when he's behind them. Move forward so people can do. And he just went on this tirade. And I did number 2 and number 3. I listened to him speak. And then when he was done, I said, maybe they've been in an accident where somebody turned and hit them when they were parked in the first spot. They were parked up against the light, some car turning, rammed them head on. And so now they park back to provide a little room. Maybe they've gunned it and almost hit a child. Maybe this is a good thing they're parking further back. He sat in silence, and then he's like, words that are never spoken. John, you're right. Or at least not spoken enough. I don't know. You judge that. Right? Speak truth with gentleness. Consider others more significant. Wave people in as they're using blinkers. Let them get in front of you. You don't know what kind of hurry they're in. Number 4, yield personal rights for the sake of love. I am due this. How dare you trample on what I am owed? Tends to be our entire outlook. Not Jesus-like, not New Testament, not Christianity. Christianity is turn the other cheek. Christianity is carry the weight, double the distance. Christianity is give until it hurts. Christianity is saying, I don't have any rights that aren't given by God. And it's God's job to protect my rights. We just don't live that truth. But that's clothing ourselves in humility, my friends. How about Psalm chapter 37, verse 7? The 5th way that we can clothe ourselves is trusting in God. Trust in God's timing, trust in God's plan, trust in God's will, instead of demanding immediate answers. We don't like to be patient. We don't like to long suffer. We want it now. But God may be doing something different. So let's humble ourselves before the throne of God and realize it's not our will, our timing, our plan, us. But instead, my friends, it's God, 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 and we can do it.